Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan Battle video where I am going to continue my journey to Rainbow every Dokkan Fest exclusive in the game. STR Cell, I believe, is the third to last one that I actually have to Rainbow to complete that quest. I still am actually missing one dupe on STR Omega Shenron, and I'm actually missing two dupes on Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. So, you know, when I get the remaining dupes of them, I will definitely Rainbow them. I have Physical Goku Black Rainbowed as well, but I have not done a video yet on him. So here is STR Perfect Cell. I think Tech Cell and probably Int Cell, EZA cells are probably better than STR Cell for now. But if STR Cell does get an EZA, he should jump back in front of them. So let's go ahead and hop into an event and test this STR Cell out. Alright guys, so we're here in an event on the Artificial Lifeform team. That is, of course, the team led by LR Super Baby 2. It's only a double 130% team, but I don't get a chance to use it very often, so I did want to rock Cell on this. Now, a few months have passed since I Rainbowed STR Cell. One of the things is I have since gotten all dupes for all Dokkan Fest exclusives. And the other thing, too, is the reason I'm doing this video on Cell right now is because I want to use him in the new difficult Goku event. STR Cell is a unit that stacks his attack and defense every single time he super attacks. So I think he's going to be a very interesting unit to use on the Android team in that Goku event. So we're going to try that. Okay, so 28k damage right away, and he is at a 1 million attack stat. That's linked up with Metal Cooler, who I believe they do share, Nightmare. They have Big Bad Bosses, which Metal Cooler, of course, does not have active. That is not with Cell having Fierce Battle or anything like that. So for him to start out at 1 million on a double 130% team, that's not bad. That is not bad at all by our boy Cell. Okay, hold on. So, yeah, next rotation we've got Kid Buu. So I'm actually going to go ahead. Oh, I have my Super Battle Road items on. I'll just use an Icarus right here because it's not like we're trying to test STR Cell's defense or anything. I'm just looking at what attack numbers he can get. So because this Cell is a permanent stack unit, again, I think it'll be very good in the Goku event. The only thing is that Cell does not start out with any sort of defensive buff, right? Like his passive is just 100% attack at the start of turn. That's it. So, you know, I don't think he's going to quite get to the defensive levels that we've seen from, you know, some units like Tech Vegito Blue, you know, LR Kale and Khalifa, STR Kale. You know, those units are going to be getting a lot better than what, like, STR Cell is capable of. But I think STR Cell, among the three perfect cells, STR Cell, Int Cell, and Tech Cell, I think STR Cell is actually going to be the best one for the Goku event. Now, also, STR Cell is getting real close to having an EZA. Like, honestly, like, he really could be, like, the next EZA at this point. Like, he could show up at any time. Yeah, let me have Int Metal Cooler go first, because if Zamasu supers him, we can activate Big Bad Bosses. So this would be a really nice number for our boy, STR Cell. But again, you know, when he gets his EZA, I think he's going to far surpass Tech Cell and Int Cell. Because, you know, they made Tech Cell... Ooh, nice. Okay, I think we can get Big Bad Bosses. But they made Tech Cell and Int Cell, like, they had just such ridiculous buffs from their EZA to the point where they're... Oh, wow. That is not enough to activate Big Bad Bosses. Yeah, 1.5 million without Big Bad Bosses right there. Wow, this team is pretty tanky, huh? The Artificial Lifeform team, not bad. That, you know, I guess Kid Buu with the he gives 50% attack and defense, right? So, there we go. Metal Cooler was apparently able to only take 50k from Merge Zamasu, which it's a pretty light number. All right, so Cell is actually on a lot of category teams. So let's go ahead and start looking at him on a bunch of these other teams. Alright guys, now we're over here on the Time Traveler team, the Int Goku Black team. I feel like this could potentially be like the best place for STR Cell, like, you know, just using him a lot. Like, he's going to fit really well on here. There's a lot of very strong units capable of doing like a lot of damage and stuff on this team. So one thing that I think is very interesting while we're here on this, you know, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta event, is that Cell does have the ability, which we're not going to be able to get right here. If you get him to 11 ki, he does actually spit out Android 18, and, you know, like, blows up, and it is an AoE attack. Before this video finishes, I do want to make sure to at least, get that on camera. I don't know if I've ever even shown that attack on the channel, so definitely want to get that. But, that could be useful in some situations as an AoE, but because you have to be at 11 key, it is kind of hard to, sort of get there. One good thing about Cell, though, is that he is able to super attack as early as 10 key, which is something that could be very, very useful moving forward, and especially in, like, difficult events and stuff like that. The fact that he's able to super early will be very helpful, and that's always going to be a good thing. Mai, by the way, is a 40% time traveler category support, so yep, Cell is up there at 1.3, what was that, 8? Not bad, not bad. Cell, again, these are solid numbers for how old Cell is. I mean, on JP, STR Cell came out in 2016. He's that old. Like, he's very, very old. But his ability to, sort of stack attack and defense, I think, is going to make him a formidable unit moving forward. We'll probably get this next rotation here, and then we'll move on to the next team. Obviously, I want to, take this time to kind of see the Android team in action. Very rarely do I get to use the Android team. I actually really like that Android team, but, like, with me, I end up using teams based upon, like, units I rainbow or, like, when new units come out, right? And the Android category has not really had buffs whatsoever. You know what the Android category really needs is they really need, like, the transformed version of Android 21, like the evil one that absorbs Cell. She needs to be a standalone card, like a Dokkan Fest exclusive or something like that. Very, very powerful. That will dramatically increase the power of the Android team. But, like, that has got to happen. She has got to get a relevant card. Okay, so if I can get 1 key... Ooh, I can. Okay, here we go. So we can get 1 key right here, and we can go ahead and give Cell the 11 key super. Even on the 11 key super, by the way, he still raises attack and defense, like permanently stacks it. So we do still have that active. This would have been a turn to get a really nice attack set, but I did want to take the opportunity to go ahead and spit Android 18 out and go ahead and do the explosion. Now, that attack animation is fine, right? It looks fine. But I can only imagine if that was redone now, like, that would be, like, think of how amazing of an animation that could be right now. Like, oh boy, would that be really cool. All right, so we're seeing the numbers that Cell is able to get to. I guess we'll do one more turn here. But we're seeing the numbers that Cell is, basically able to sit around, like, in kind of the 1 million to 2 million range. I don't know if, like, we could get him above 2... Well, no, we definitely could get him above 2 million, but, that would rely upon him, constantly raising his attack and stuff like that. Like, I guess the Goku event is up. I suppose with the Revived Warrior team, which I feel like is probably Cell's best team, I could probably head into there. And, let Cell, have, I don't know, 10 attacks or something like that, to really build up a nice attack stat, then see what he's able to get, with, like, Big Bad Bosses active, because it'll be very easy to activate that in that Goku event. So that's probably what I'll do. That Goku event, moving forward, is going to be very, very good for showcases, because it's going to be a lot easier to show something like, an attack stat with Big Bad Bosses active, or, something along those lines. Okay, so here we can hopefully Tech Cell will get hit hard enough, and we'll actually be able to activate Big Bad Bosses here, because of course, like Cell is going to get a lot of damage just from having that attack link active. Okay, so we are going to get super attack, so I think there's a very good chance we can see Big Bad Bosses active here. We don't have, like, Mai on rotation, which, really would be helpful, of course. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so 1.73 million. Again, pretty decent. He's not going to take damage here at all, especially with Gowasu and Zamasu on rotation. They're a very strong unit. But okay. So far, Cell's been fine. Again, once he gets his EZA, I feel like whatever they do, he could be sitting around a 3 million attack stat often. So it's going to be very interesting to see. But, all right, let's move on to the Android category team now. All right, guys, so now we're over here on the Android category team. This is, of course, a rare sight. Again, like I was saying, I do think that the Android category team definitely needs to get some buffs. A transformed version of Android 21 would definitely do the job. Her as a Dokkan Fest exclusive event, I think would really, really work out well. So with Int 21 in the first slot, by the way, we will be able to get Big Bad Bosses active, because of course Tech Cell has that. I've gotten, I think, 2 super attacks so far, either 2 or 1 with STR Cell, so he's been able to build up his attack a little bit. Now, after we take a look at this, I'm going to get on the Revived Warrior team, and then, okay, so 1.87 million, not bad. So I'm going to get on the Revived Warrior team, I'm going to head into the GOKU event, and I'm going to kind of do some turns. I don't know, I'll give him maybe 5 super attacks, 7 super attacks, 8, 9, something like that. Just get him a reasonable amount of super attacks, and then we'll see, like, how strong, like, what kind of attack level our boy STR Cell will be able to get once he kind of stacks a bunch of things up. You know, he's on a 170% team, he's got good linking partners. We'll see how that works. Alright guys, so we're over here on the Revived Warrior team. We're in the, you know, very difficult GOKU event. I've had maybe 5 or so super attacks with Cell. I don't want to go too crazy to make it too unrealistic, you know, because I kind of want to just see, like, what Cell is able to do in sort of like a normal sort of event setting. So let's see what number our boy STR Cell is capable of getting up to right here. So with, you know, Physical Kid-Buu on the team, with Metal Cooler on the team, and Cell is able to get to right there a 2 million attack stat, and that's without big bad bosses. So not bad by STR Cell. Again, he is still a relevant unit, no doubt about that. I probably would run Tech Cell or Int Cell over this STR Cell, but STR Cell, it can still get the job done. And in particular, here in this event right here, where you can stack up, you know, constantly, I think STR Cell is going to be a very interesting option, right? You know, a lot of the Android team, actually, I do think would be an interesting option. So let's go ahead and finish up by taking a look at what STR Cell is capable of doing. Alright, so this is Welcome to Hell Perfect Cell. I do love that name. Nice rhyme right there. His leader skill is STR type, HP, attack, and defense 100%. So, you know, one of those old type leader skills. His super attacks, so he does the Solar Kamehameha at 10 and 12 key, which does immense damage and stacks his attack and defense. Then he does the Self-Destruct at 11 key, which does mass damage to all enemies and stacks attack and defense. His passive skill, End of the Game, is 100% attack at the start of turn. So I could realistically see Cell's EZA being something like, you know, 120% attack and defense at the start of turn, 130% attack and defense at the start of turn, just as kind of like a preliminary, right? His links are Revival, Messenger from the Future, Big Bad Bosses, Kamehameha, Nightmare, Shocking Speed, and Fierce Battle. One advantage this Cell has over Tech Cell and Int Cell is I believe Tech Cell and Int Cell do not have Shocking Speed, which is, you know, very, very annoying, quite honestly. So, like, them not having that does kind of hurt a lot of the villain teams that they're on. But this STR Cell has got it. So once he gets his EZA, I think he's going to be by far better than the other two. His 12 key multiplier is 140%. So he, of course, came out before, like, every Dokkan Fest started to get 150% 12 key. And then he is on several different category teams, right? So he's on the Revived Warrior team, which I do think this will probably be where you can get his best attack stat, like, realistically most of the time. Time Traveler might be, like, his best overall team, though. I mean, or Androids, right? Either of those. Really, he does work on a lot of different teams very well. Then this, of course, is the Android category team he's on right there. Really hoping for some new units. Oh, you know what could be a nice buff for the Android category team is actually a transforming Cell unit. I think that would work very well. Like maybe one that started out at first form Cell and then kind of transformed every turn. That would be cool. Then, of course, he's over here on the Transformation Boost team. That's the one team we did not look at him on today. He's on the Time Traveler team as well. Of course, really, really good. And then finally, he is over here on the Artificial Life Form team. LR Super Baby 2's team, not really a crazy team as of right now, though. You know, kind of, I don't want to say lackluster, but, you know, only a 130% leader skill. But, all right, guys, there is STR Cell. Got him rainbowed. Now we're going to go ahead and take him into the GOKU event and see how his attack and defense stacking is going to work.